All right, now we're live, guys. What's up? It's your boy Regame27, and once again, thank you for joining my channel. And today, I'm doing something special. Of course, I'm doing another podcast on my channel. I rarely do 2 podcasts a week on my channel, but it's going to be a special because we have a newest member for the Reboot team. And go ahead and introduce yourself, buddy.
What's up, YouTube? Retro Bro here. I play on PC, I play on consoles, I play a little bit of everything.
Oh, okay, that's what's up, man. I really appreciate you for taking your time and hanging with the most chillest group of them all. The most unbiased gamers. We just talk about video games because we just love to game, man. We don't play that fucking fanboy shit. So that's just basically how we roll around here. So, yeah, we got a couple of topics to talk about tonight, and of course, whatever you see in the title, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. I'm not trying to go too far. I don't want to make this podcast too lengthy. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Alex. Go ahead and start introducing yourself.
What's going on, people? Active Sin here, and we're back for another week of Reboot Gaming. And we're going to be talking about some Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony as we do every week. And yes, please welcome our newest member, Retro, who is our first PC guy.
All right. All right, let's go and go to Mr. Zen Gamer.
All right, people. You already know who it is. Zen Gamer here, King of Logic. Back again, Reboot Podcast every Sunday. And welcoming our newest addition to Reboot, Team White, Retro Bro, Team PC. Let's go.
All right. All right, let's go ahead and go with you, Mr. Mega.
Hello, everyone. It's Mega, of course. Glad to welcome the new PC thief. It's nice to
That's how it is, huh?
Boy, y'all be stealing games.
But it was great to have him here, and good to be here. Let's go.
All right. All right, last but not least, let's go with you, Mr. Retro Bro. I guess introduce yourself again.
What's up, YouTube? Retro Bro here. I play a little bit of everything. I do PC, I do consoles, and I do a little bit of comedy sketches and stuff on my channel. I like a little bit of everything.
All right. All right. Okay, so now y'all see that we have a newest member, and we are still recruiting as we are speaking right now because we still need to fill that void for the PC group. And as well as a PlayStation group, I'm not so sure if we need another member for the PlayStation group since Zen Gamer he basically going to start doing podcasts with the Blue Team. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so basically if our Blue Team is set, then all we need is 2 more guys for the PC team, and we got all our people that we need. Am I right?
Yes, I need help. I can't be the only white man in the podcast.
I'm pretty sure we'll get others as we go along.
Yeah, so basically we still at living, still trying to figure out what we're gonna do because we still got some stuff that we actually want to do with our channels and basically as a group as well too, like how Alex didn't do like Mario Kart Madness Mondays and of course, he doesn't have his Wii U no more, and so basically, Coupon and Nea's gonna be doing this. So so that leaves Alex, me, and Zen. We're gonna start doing some Team Green stuff, maybe some Halo nights. I'm not sure exactly what day. And as far as the Blue Team, we still trying to figure out what day we're gonna have PlayStation. I guess podcasts, whatever. So we still trying to figure this out as we going right now. But pretty soon we're gonna be a lot more organized, and just about every day of the week, y'all gonna see Reboot live streaming just about every day. So we're gonna keep moving. We're going to grow a brand. We're gonna try to be the best as we can possibly be in this community. Because like I said, we don't take no bullshit, and we're a bunch of unbiased gamers. We just love to play video games. So basically, I got the intros out the way, and we got our newest member to the team. We're going to go ahead and talk about some games. I guess the first thing I do want to talk about is this situation in Microsoft with the whole entire Fable. I'm not sure if it was Fable 2 or Fable 3 or something like that.
Fable 2.
What's that?
It's Fable 2.
It was Fable 2. Okay, it was Fable 2 when one of the marketers was I guess I'm sure I forgot exactly what this guy was, but he basically pitched the fact that he wanted to put a black woman on the cover of Fable 3 or 2 or 4.
On Fable 2.
It was for Fable 2. I thought they was basically trying to do it for like another Fable game. But yeah, if it was for Fable 2, then yeah, that was a while ago, and basically just most recent news just came about. And it's kind of disappointing because it was like about 2 or 3 days ago, and Microsoft, they really hadn't came out and basically explained what happened with this situation. And I'm kind of disappointed because like I said, I'm a huge Microsoft fan or Xbox fan, and just stuff like that. It kind of hurts my heart. Especially me being a black man myself, and I'm a gamer. It's millions of black gamers, or it's millions or billions of minority gamers. Asians, whatever, Indians, Hispanics, like a lot of gamers out there, and it wouldn't hurt to see other ethnicities to be on the cover of a game, because majority of us, probably maybe 90% of us don't really give a damn who is on the cover of whatever game, because as long as the game is fun, then why should you give a crap? But like I say, it's really pathetic, and I'm gonna find this this article exactly what this guy said word from word, because it was really disappointing, and I really I guess as I'm finding this, Alex, you do know the situation with the story, right?
I know the gist of it. Like it's fairly old. Like this happened like 8 years ago, but it's only coming up now.
Oh, shit like that. It always happen, man. Just like with the whole entire Bill Cosby thing. Like shit like that happened 20, 30 years ago, and just now coming out. Shit with Tiger Woods, shit happened like a long time ago. It's now coming out.
Yeah.
Shit with Hulk Hogan, shit happened a long time ago. It's not coming out. And like I say, man, it sucks, man. It really do sucks. And okay, I think I found this article, and basically they said that they basically said you can't have a black person on the cover, and you can't have a black woman, and you want a black woman. And I was like, yes, I do, because it's about whatever hero you want. No, it's a white guy. That's just the way it is. We all know that it sells, and it's fucking it. Stop the arguing. I was like, fuck you. That was a huge fight. They said it was the most unsuccessful Disney film of all time. He said he didn't know, and it was like The Princess and the Frog. Work it out. I was like, fuck you, man. I hated it. I guess McCormick, he went on to say that Microsoft missed the point. Fable 3 overall was putting the traditional-looking male hero on the cover. I was screaming at them in a conference call. He said, I lost that point because they just weren't getting the game, especially because we were the first ever game that had gay marriage. We were about to, break it down walls. It was meant to be funny and mature. They just took none of it. Just did the usual white guy with a sword on the front. Damn it, you missed the point. So that's just shit like that, and it's just like I say, man, we all are gamers here, and yeah, even though The Princess and the Frog was one of the I guess the worst selling Disney film of all time, my daughter, she enjoyed it. A lot of kids enjoyed it. I saw a lot of hate and a lot of racism towards that movie because the majority of that cast was African American or black, however you want to call it, but. That shit like this, it still tells you that racism still exists, not only in America, but around the world, man. We just talking about video games, man. This shit right here, even though I saw a Red Dragon video earlier, and he said that basically it wasn't really Microsoft that said that. It was the marketing team, in which that's, it kind of, it's different. Well, basically, well, I don't say it's different because they actually kind of work for Microsoft. And I was telling Zen Gamer earlier, okay, I was like, okay, even though Microsoft didn't say that, they still can be held accountable for what was being said during that meeting. It's just like with the whole entire Michael Vick situation, even though he wasn't there during the dogfight in which that cost him 2 years of his life in prison, he was still held accountable because what was going on at his house, and basically Microsoft headquarters was Microsoft's house in which that discussion took place. So basically, Alex, just give me your thoughts and opinions on how you feel about this whole entire situation, man.
I I can't. I don't know. It doesn't really make me mad because I just like the way I look at it is. Yeah, there's an echo again, but the way I look at it is the creator and Microsoft, the company or the marketing team, whatever. They just have a different way of looking at it. The creator wants a black female on the cover just to show that you can make any character you want, but then on the marketing side and Microsoft side, they want to make sure that they get their investment back for the game. And historically, if you put a white male character on the front of your game or movie or whatever, you're gonna sell more copies. That's not. I'm not saying that's right, but that's just how it is. That's reality, and these guys want to make their money back. Now, could they have done something cool like have alternate covers of the game? Yeah, that would have been sweet. Like you have different versions of the cover, and then everyone wins, but they didn't do that. They wanted to just do the classic white male on the cover that every other game has, because at least in their eyes, that's what's going to bring back the most money, and it sucks. That's the world we live in, and it's unfortunate. But when they bring up that fact about the Disney movie, I didn't even know that. But when you said that to me, I'm like, oh, I guess, oh, well, there you go. That's just another example, right? That shit is crazy. That's the world we live in.
Yeah, that is pretty sad, man. I just really hate that it comes down to this kind of crap because it's video games, man. You know how many different races come together and have a good time playing together online? People have been making friends. Don't matter what race you are. Like you're Indian. You know, majority of us is black, and I believe Mega Game, you're Hispanic. I believe. Am I right, Mega? You're a Hispanic, right?
Many things.
He's a weeb.
Oh, that's right. You're a weeaboo.
Many things.
But yeah, man, like we can all come together and just talk about video games without throwing each other's skin color or ethnicities at each other, man. I see us as human beings and gamers at the same time. I don't need to look at your color and judge you, man. Like I say, it's millions of people that's not white that enjoys video games.
Yeah, definitely.
And, I just hate the fact that that the only time you'll see a black guy on the cover of any video games is either sports games, and which is stereotypical for us black people to be the most athletic humans in the world, or Grand Theft Auto, since of course it's Grand Theft Auto and we're black. So yeah. But as far as other races like Asians, Hispanics, I'm pretty sure y'all would love to get any kind of shine, just for whatever. But like I said, it doesn't matter to me. It's video games, and when you go through this kind of shit to fucking yes, I understand. Like Alex said a while ago, it's the world that we live in, and by it's being a white guy on every cover, it sells. And I could go on about this whole entire Scarlett Johansson situation playing.
Oh my god. Yeah, Ghost in the Shell.
So she's playing an Asian woman, even though she's not Asian. So of course, a lot of people, of course, Hollywood is whitewashed.
But the thing that makes that situation so crazy is Hollywood was testing CGIing her face to make her look Asian.
Yeah, that's crazy,
that's
man.
Fucked up.
Instead of using
an actual Asian person, yeah.
It takes away opportunities from other, ethnicities to be in movie roles, man. Stuff like that.
But to be fair, that's kind of a different situation because Ghost in the Shell is traditionally an Asian role, and they're giving it to a white person. Whereas this game, it's a game about anybody.
Yeah,
it's not really the same situation.
Honestly, it would be a whole other podcast if we talked about.
It is a little different, but to make it similar is whitewash. They whitewash everything. That's the similarities I can compare both of that. But Zen Gamer, what's your thoughts and opinions about this?
Okay, about this, honestly speaking, man, it's as Alex said, and has already been established here, that is pretty much the world that we live in. And when you think about it from the business perspective, which I'm fairly certain a boardroom full of these types of decision makers, directors, producers, what have you, marketing, what they really want to see is a selling product. They want to please their investors, they want to fill their pockets, they want to ensure that they don't lose money in this investment in this product, and the fastest, quickest way to do that, as ethically wrong as that might be, is to ensure that you have the most appealing imagery associated with your product, and that just happens to be white people. It's the same thing from that perspective, is the same thing as the Ghost in the Shell movie, except even ignoring that Scarlett Johansson is indeed Caucasian, having her name associated with the product ensures that fans of hers will watch the movie as opposed to random Asian person insert name here. It's a marketing thing. It's a business thing. And while that is ethically wrong, what has commonly been said when it comes to business is that ethics and philosophy really has no place in business, because if you're about to make money, you need to make it whichever way you can and as much of it as you can while maintaining a certain profile. Is it wrong? Absolutely. But it's the world of business. Now, as far as this Fable thing is concerned, let's be honest here. If any of us would have put our money into a product and we wanted it to sell well, we would either avoid deliberately putting imagery on there that would damage its appeal, its mass appeal. And so we wouldn't put people on there if that were to be the case, if we knew we would hit a roadblock similar to this. Or we'd go the route that they chose and simply put what sells. Caucasian men, women, females, whatever. Not even women, really. When you think about it, think back at the video game covers and marketing campaigns throughout history. Think about all the games that you currently own. It's all some dude with a gun on it. He's not smiling, he's frowning, he's bald, and he looks like every other protagonist character you've played with for the last decade. That's where we are. When this happened, as I understand it, it was a separate marketing team hired by Microsoft to do the job. It wasn't internally at Microsoft, but that is not really a part of the point here. The point remains is that they were given a job to do by Microsoft. They were given a budget and they were told, we need something attractive. And unfortunately, white people on covers and associated imagery with the product is attractive. Now we're seeing a bit of the situation become relaxed. And we're seeing black protagonists that aren't all goddamn coons. And, yeah.
Well, there's a reason why to that, too. Like, we were actually talking about this in my advertising class. Marketing is starting to change internally. And if you look at a lot of like regular commercials, like, say, Mr. Clean and stuff like that, you'll see that they have a lot of mixed families and stuff now. So eventually the gaming community is going to change, too.
Disney's spearheading this with Star Wars. They have a female head lead, and then they have a black main lead as well.
Exactly. You
there
see that
Star
a lot
Wars
of
movies, a female
you
lead.
see that a lot of the smaller companies like Lionshead are going slow into this because they can't take as many risks, but the bigger companies are definitely enforcing it a lot more.
Right. So like I said, it's changing, right? It's being relaxed a little bit as society in general becomes a little bit more open to accepting that, people, regardless of your history, regardless of your background, your racial background, you do things. And so even in a fictional world, it would not be too far removed from the realm of even imagination that someone of various ethnic backgrounds would be the hero or the protagonist or even the villain. It doesn't matter. It's less of a business problem. It is though, but it's less of a business problem. It's less of a game problem, Microsoft problem, a movie problem. It is a societal problem because that's what we're seeing now. Back in the 60s, 70s, no matter what movie you watched, the villains were Russian, right? No matter what, because that's where the world was at that time. And now, no matter what movie you watch, the villains are Islamic.
Yeah.
So that's where we are in the world right now. It is unfortunate, but that's where we are. In order to easily communicate that someone is supposed to be the villain, that someone is automatically supposed to be considered by the viewer to be in the wrong in any given situation, you need to associate that person's history, that person's roots, with something that's generally and commonly either misunderstood or just straight up hated in the real world. And that is what is happening. So it's less of a marketing problem, less of a business problem, but more of a societal problem. We tend to attach certain things to certain races, and it's all about racially and socially categorizing everyone, putting everyone into A or B, one or two sections. It's not a thing that can be fixed overnight. But I'm happy to see that certain companies are taking the right steps to get that fixed. But it's not going to happen overnight, maybe not even in our lifetimes. And things like this will continue to happen. As for the Microsoft thing, even if it was Microsoft that did this, the reality remains is that even whether we know it or not, people make these companies function. All of them. They make Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, and all these third parties, everyone who works in the video game industry, people make it function. We don't have, working robots at that level yet, so it's all going to be people. And these people have their beliefs, whether wrong or right, whether leftist or rightist, they all have their beliefs. And whether I know it or not, those people may think, black people, which I am a member of that race, to be, inferior somehow. But I can't take that and then turn that into a dislike for the company in general or the product in general, because that is only the opinion of one person or a small group of people, regardless of their influence on said product. Because if I do that, then I have to do that for every other aspect of my life. Don't I watch TV because there might be a racist on TV? Do I stop watching wrestling because one of my favorite wrestlers might be a racist? Do I just stop going outside and walking down the street because that one guy who doesn't even know me looks at me the wrong way? So you just kind of have to deal with it and live with it. And eventually, generations from now, I assume and I hope, it will be fixed, but that is not a benefit for us to enjoy. Because society in general is far too young and is going through so many growing pains right now that we will never see the end of this road. Instead, we just need to try to do our best to help it along on its way. That's all I got.
Oh, okay. I know this is a touchy topic, Mega. Do you want to chime in on this?
I don't care.
Well, there we go.
There you go.
Good. Tag me in, Coach, because I got a lot to say.
All right, Retro, bro. Let's go with you, man.
Okay, so my thing is, I'm not really upset about it. Same reasons that Zen and Alex gave. But I am glad that people are complaining about it. Because by people complaining and showing that they have issues with this, there are going to be people that won't buy into the company because of this. And when they start slowly losing money, they'll work to make the change. Because we have to go with our wallets to make companies change. And when people hear news about this, they're not going to spend money on it because it upsets them. So I'm glad that people are upset, though I'm not upset, because that's what's going to make the change. It's the reason why advertising is changing the show more. It's the reason movies are slowly going that direction. A lot faster with advertising, but very slowly in movies because they have the whole glass ceiling ordeal. For those of you that don't know what that means, a glass ceiling is something in big corporations, meaning that there's no opportunity for people at the bottom to really go up because it's part of the old boys club. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to go too far into that. You can look that up because that we'll be getting a little too much into racism and stuff on that one. So I'll let that be y'all's homework. But a lot of that stuff is some old things in business that needs to be fixed and is slowly changing because people are complaining about it. In school, this is the stuff they teach us. They tell us why it's wrong, and I'm glad that there's more people fighting for it. And that's all I got.
Okay. You know what? I don't want to get too deep into this because we know this. We talk about race, it can really get heated and it can get really touching. So yeah, like I say, man, I'm still a big fan of Microsoft and their work and everything. It could be worse. It could be what Sony said about Denzel Washington a few years ago and Obama. So yeah, I don't want to dig into that. So like I said, man, you can't change people, man. Just the world that we live in, and just like I say, man, it's getting better by the day as far as racism goes. It's getting better, but we are, as far as racism ending, it ain't gonna never end. It's gonna get better, but I'm kind of glad to see how it's getting better on an everyday basis. We coming together. You see more interracial friends or more interracial marriages. I love to see stuff like that, man.
There is one thing I can add, though. This is purely science fiction at this point. There is a study that happened some time ago, a few years ago, and these individuals were responsible to find out what would happen if more interracial relationships kept on happening and more mixing of the races kept on happening at the rate it's currently going. And they were able to surmise that many years from now, many years from now, sometime in the 3000s, I believe, if the world lasts that long, there will be just one race. One race. It'll all be, share the same common features because everyone by that time will have mixed in, and it just won't have enough to differentiate one person from another person, and it'll all be gravy. But knowing humanity, they'll find something else to fight about.
Yeah.
Still pure science fiction. But I guess you can take that with, as hope for one day, someday. Racial shit won't be a reason for humans to fight.
I think
Maybe.
Dave Chappelle said it best. It was in one of his comedy shows. I think it was I'm trying to remember. I think it was Killing Me Softly was the one he said it, and he was like, "Will racism truly ever go away?" And everybody's like, "No," and he's like, "Right, because there's just too much bad history behind it, and it's really human nature." Just like Zen said, even if we all were the same race, there'd be something for us to complain about and screw it up. The person could be fat, the person could be handicapped, the person could be slow. Or you could just hate the person just to hate them, because, people do that.
Yeah. I can't tell you the amount of times I've been told by someone, "Oh, man, I just don't like that guy, man. I don't like him." So to prolong the conversation and to get more information myself, I'm like, "Okay, so why don't you like him?" "Man, I just don't know. I just don't like him."
I just don't like his family.
It's like that old song. You remember that old song back in the 90s? "I don't even know you, but I hate you"?
Yeah. That's mankind, dude. That's mankind. We're very, very complicated human beings that find too many reasons to disagree with each other. So.
Oh, yeah. All right, guys, let's go to our next subject. I want to talk about this Nintendo NX latest rumor, whatever. And like I told you before we started the podcast, I ain't all into that spec talk, so I ain't trying to get deep into it. But it's this latest rumor saying that it's gonna be, I guess, according to Emily Rogers, that it's going to be the spec is going to be closer to the Xbox One. But we got other people saying that these rumors that's really the spec of the Nintendo NX handheld. So there's a lot of back and forth going on, and like I say, whenever the day whenever they reveal this system is the day we actually gonna know. Right now, it's just a bunch of speculations and rumors saying that Nvidia is going to basically, I guess Nvidia and Nintendo is partnering up to do the handhelds, and I guess people thinking that it's on the console. So basically, people's thinking that the console is going to be on the same power level as the Xbox One, and some people think it's the handhelds going to be on the same power level as the Xbox One. If that's true, that is insane. But I don't know, man. It's like this, man. If Nintendo has any kind of common sense, they should know what they need to do in order to compete. And if they are trying to come out with their 9th generation console being less powerful than the 8th generation, then we will be back at square one. We're going to be, the same situation as the Wii and the Wii U. Underpowered. A lot of developers don't want to develop for that console, and Nintendo they just don't want to compete. But like I say, all this shit is just common sense, and they know they need to come out with a powerful console. Not only they need to compete against the PS4, they need to compete against the PS4 Neo. It has to be more powerful than PS4 Neo because whenever the PS5 comes out, it's gonna be the same shit, man. So Alex, what you think about this shit, about these latest rumors and all this?
This is like the same rumor we had like 7 months ago, something like that, where they were saying the NX is gonna be as powerful as the Xbox One. I find it very, very, very hard to believe that they're making a handheld that is as powerful as the Xbox One. There's no way that they're going to bring out a handheld with that kind of power for the price point that we normally say their handhelds at. I don't believe it for a second. That being a home console at that power, personally, I'd rather it be more powerful, but if they're planning on kind of using new technology, I think like Super Metal Dave was saying they might be using Polaris technology, which is newer architecture. So it would be more efficient than what the Xbox One and PS4 do, but power-wise maybe it's similar, and they could possibly sell it for a cheaper price. Maybe that's their goal, have similar power for less money. If that's what they're doing, that's cool, I guess. We'll see. But the only thing with that is that it might not be x86, it'll be some other custom architecture, which is going to run us into the same problem with the Wii U, where they hit different architecture than the competition, and then third parties drop off because they don't want to put the extra work in. So I don't know. It's that was the most annoying thing when I heard that it might not be x86, because that's just giving these guys a reason to jump off immediately, and I don't want to run into that issue again like we did with the Wii U. But we'll see. We got till March we gotta find out. So we're just gonna be hearing all these rumors nonstop. But I don't think for a second they're making a handheld the power of the Xbox One. That's just, there's no way. Not for the price point they usually sell these handhelds at. It's not possible.
Oh, okay. Is that all you got on that?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. What about you, Mr. Zingay? What you think about this latest rumors?
Define latest, because this one's been flying around for a minute now. And first time we talked about this, I think my opinion remains the same, so I'll just repeat it for the benefit of those here. The Xbox One thing, that sounds very Nintendo. It sounds like something that they would do, deliberately steer a generation of power behind to ensure that the machine can, one, support all of the extraneous things that they're no doubt going to put in there, and maintain the price range and all of that. And then two, if it's a handheld, I maintain my disbelief that anyone could produce a handheld that puts out Xbox One level graphics, performance, at a decent price. Even the form factor, the size, and the portability of the unit would be put into question, because I'm not so sure about that one either. Again, I'm no tech head, but we're talking about, ground level common sense here, or at least I think we are. As far as that is concerned, man, the fact that we are still talking rumors now is frankly ridiculous to me. We don't know a shred of information, real information, about this. As for Emily, so someone in the chat said Emily is a liar. And everybody that comes up with these rumors are liars, man. Here's the new rule. You come up with a rumor, whether you have some fake plastic thing to help buff the fact that your rumor is just a rumor, or you know someone, or your grandpa works at Nintendo, or any level of bullshit like that. You are a liar until you are proven to be telling the truth. You're a liar first, and then we will see whether you're telling the truth later on when Nintendo themselves says something. Because at this point, it just seems that anyone who's willing to do something to obtain their 15 minutes of fame is going to come up with some bullshit rumor. Some, as we have seen with the Stewie controller, and some time ago with the Rayman coming to Smash thing, some are way more elaborate than others, and we can clearly see now that if you have some talent, you can apply it to that rumor and make it absolutely believable if you just take it at face value. We can't even do that now because people are willing to go that far just to play a trick on the internet. So I will just reserve my opinions on the actual thing until Nintendo says something, no matter what rumor comes out. Be it about games, be it about hardware performance and specs, or about whatever gimmick is going to be attached to it this time. I'll just reserve, my opinion on it, because what am I actually judging the thing on? I'm judging it on someone who really just wants internet attention, because that's what it comes down to. Because they said certain things, Emily, for example, said certain things. She said she knew people, she talked to people, and it was supposed to be this, it was supposed to be this because they said this, and her sources are never wrong, and blah, 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 blah. And then the investors meeting happened, and all of it just kind of flew out the window, right? So, just this is a note of advisory to other people as well. Just kind of don't believe anything. Wait until you see an official source of it. And that's what I'm going to do as well. Because these rumors, they just, not only are they tiring, but at this point, I don't even know what they could come up with next. What is it going to wash my clothes? Is it going to toast my bread? Like, it's just ridiculous.
All right, that's all you got on that, Mr. Zen Gamer?
Yep, that's it.
All right. Kind of in that same boat. I know, Zen, you at that breaking point with Nintendo. We just so used to their stupidity, and you just kind of believe these rumors. Actually, with the rumor about them staying a generation behind, I kind of believe that because that's what they've been doing. So yeah, so it's kind of believable. But I really
Yeah.
hope that I'm hoping that I'm wrong, but it is believable. And like I say, with this other rumor that they're going to reveal the console at the Tokyo Game Show in September, I believe that's just the latest rumor. I just, man, I don't know, man. That might be a day. That's honestly that's gonna be a make it or break it day for Nintendo whenever they reveal this console and whenever they reveal the specs of this console. And if they talking about staying behind the generation again, then I think that's it. As far as our home console, I think that's it because I don't think their third parties want to fool with them again because gaming these days, this people they are more concentrated on graphics than gameplay. It's sad to say that. It's just how it is, especially with this generation, man. And Nintendo wants, if they continue to want to stay behind, then they just dig themselves a grave as far as the home console market goes. But as far as Nintendo goes, they are still doing good. They might have to somehow go third party because they don't know what the hell they're doing with their consoles and whatever. But what do you think, Mega? What do you think about this latest rumor?
Um, it's been said so many times. I don't know if it's a rumor anymore. There's all this stuff about being more powerful. Of course, look, if it's just not more powerful, they basically already failed. Um, that's just a given, and it's just this whole talk about power being more powerful. They've been saying this for months. Honestly, we're at this point. I'm just gonna wait until they have their little stupid little conference thingy, uh, for the NX and whatever. Because we're not even gonna see it at E3. There's no point in even coming up with these rumors anymore. No point in even talking about them. It's kind of just a waste of time at this point, because nobody's gonna know until like later. We all thought we were gonna get it this like in about a month, but no. So this whole talk about powerful whatever, I mean, it better be, but it's a lie no matter what until proven wrong. But yeah, there's nothing much, and everybody just stop for a minute. Just stop for a minute. We're gonna get the information soon, but it's just not now. Like it would have been okay leading up, because now this is basically the month to come up with the rumors, but for everything that's gonna be happening at E3. But now it's too much with the NX. Like it's literally right now everybody's just saying the same thing, just kind of rewording it a lot and trying to make it sound like, oh, it's a new rumor. Like this is something that's been discussed like for the past like year now. So it's really kind of worthless to talk about now.
Oh, okay. That's all you got on that.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
it.
Oh, okay. Let's go with you, Mr. Retro Bro. What you think about it? Are you getting sick and tired of these damn rumors?
Yes, absolutely. Also, something I wanted to address. As far as being possible to have a handheld with the power of an Xbox 360, that is possible. However, you are not going to get it at such a cheap price point. So, anyone that thinks that, just go ahead and get that out of your head. Now, what would make that possible are these two pieces of evidence here if we look at them. Okay, so I did a little digging. If you look at the PS Vita, it's actually fairly powerful, and it runs at 640 for a resolution, which is pretty decent for a handheld. Now, if you look at cell phones, the NVIDIA Tegra K1, which is actually a tablet, runs more power than Xbox 360 and PS3. It runs DirectX 11, its GPU is 365, and the CPU horsepower is 5600. So I would say that's pretty close to an Xbox One with those specs right there, at least for the GPU and CPU per se. But you're absolutely not going to get that at the price point that you think they're doing for the NX. So I don't think it's possible for that standpoint. But the possibility of making a handheld that powerful is possible, but you would be paying anywhere from $600 to $800 realistically, because that's the price of cell phones that have that type of power. And that's all I got.
Oh, okay. That's all you got to say on that. Yeah, man. Like I say, man, this rumor shit, man. I know, honestly, there's nothing to talk about with Nintendo as far as rumors, man. So, as far as new games that's coming out, just nothing, man. It's fucking dry as hell. So, all these pro Nintendo channels, they gotta have something to talk about. So every time there's the latest rumor coming out, they gotta be on top of that because there's nothing else to talk about. We can thank Nintendo for that shit, man. That's why a lot of people sold their Wii U's, because they sick and tired of the waiting game. They sick and tired of these dry spells. Alex sold his Wii U's, Game sold his Wii U. Another member of the Reboot team, I believe he sold his Wii U. Am I right? With G-Rock? I'm not sure if he sold his Wii U.
Yeah, he sold his after E3 last year.
Yeah, I don't blame him. And I guess with me, of course, y'all know what happened to my Wii U. It got stolen from me. So there's only maybe a couple of people left in this reboot community. Well, all of us moderators, just not many of us have Wii U's anymore because of the wrongdoings that Nintendo has did with this console, with this company in general. But I guess let's go ahead and go to our last topic for today, and we will be doing some Q&A. So if y'all have any questions in the chat, we will be answering them. So I guess before we go to the last topic, does anybody want to chime in a little bit before we head to the last subject?
About the NX?
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, anybody else want to add to this before we head to the last subject?
I think we're all pretty burnt out on these NX rumors. Like, one day it's more powerful than the PS4, the next day it's less powerful than the Xbox, then the next day it's on par, but you can plug in the handheld to make it stronger. Like, it's crazy.
Like, that doesn't even make sense.
It's like every day it's something different.
That's crazy.
It's just like, we'll see what they do. Like, the only thing we know is that it comes out in March, and we know that they want it to be less expensive than the Wii U, and they don't want to lose money on it at launch. So those are the only facts that we know. Everything else is speculation, rumors, nonsense, hearsay. It's really just a bunch of wish lists.
I would like to add one thing for everyone that's in the audience. Let's all think logically for a second now. If they want to make it cheaper than the Wii U, then chances are it's not going to be more powerful. I mean, I can understand if this came out maybe, let's say, 5 or 6 years later, but if we're talking about this coming out next year, there's no way it could be cheaper than the Wii U and have the level of power a lot of these rumors been given. I mean, let's just be brutally honest. The numbers don't add up.
Well, if they drop the gamepad, because the gamepad costs them $100, so.
But even with the price of, the specs to be what these rumors are saying, you can't have it at that price point, because you can't even do that with
something like the Xbox and they want to sell it for $250, then yeah, I can believe that. But if we're talking about something like a PS Neo and they want to sell it for $300, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A $500 laptop will only get you PS3 to 360 graphics.
Right.
And that's for a $500 laptop. So there's no way a console cheaper than that's going to give you that type of power.
And there's like rumors that they're going to be teaming up with Nvidia, but that like for the handheld, and then for the home console they're going with AMD. Like, what kind of fucking nonsense is that? Why are you going to use two different manufacturers of chips? Like, you would get a better deal if you got both chips from one manufacturer.
Very true.
That's why you can't trust a lot of these rumors.
And it's easier to port your games, and everything works better together if they're all within the same brand. Like, this shit is just retarded.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So I guess that's everybody on this. I guess it's okay. I guess before we go on the last subject, do some shout outs, man. That's the people in the chat, man. What's up, EJ Johnston? You back again, man. I really appreciate you for joining my podcast. You just everywhere, man. We gonna do something for you, man. Really. You've been so loyal to us, man. We're going to do something for you, man, for real. King Game Arthur, what's up, buddy? GU King of Heart, Saber V1, Winford Lawrence, Slim the Gamer, Pirate Way, War Chief Gaming, Jimmy Dele, Zender EXM, Gagi, I hope I got it right, Ramster 1000, Ghost Geese or Geist is one of them. What's up, y'all? I really appreciate y'all for keeping that chat live and everything, and I really appreciate y'all ongoing support. Seems like majority of y'all, be the same ones on my chat every week, so I really appreciate y'all. But I guess before we go on the last subject, I know two of us do have Doom. I'm not sure who else has Uncharted 4. But we could talk about Uncharted 4 and Doom since they are the newest games that came out.
The only guy who played Uncharted 4 isn't here tonight, so that might be a little bit of a null and void.
Okay.
Does watching Uncharted count?
No, it doesn't.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So I guess we're gonna do a Doom impressions on the game. I just bought it yesterday. I think I'm on like the 4th or 5th mission, something like that. I've been gaming all day, man, before I came on here, and it's not, man, oh my God, I love this game. I've been saying this for a long time, but they are becoming my favorite company this generation. I mean, just about all the games that they brought out this generation, it's just gold, man. Games like Wolfenstein, New World Order, loved it. Loved that game, man. Loved the gameplay, loved the action, loved the story. It was great, man. The Evil Within. I love survival horror games, and that's probably why I'm such a big Bethesda fan, because, of course, Doom is a survival horror, and I love it. The graphics, it runs smooth, the music, it got that heavy metal, that rock and roll type of music that it goes along with the gameplay. I love the mechanics. I love the power-ups. I just love it, man. Bethesda put their foot in this game, and I hadn't touched the multiplayer yet. I'm not sure if you touched it, Alex. But
just in the beta.
What's that?
I only played the multiplayer in the beta.
Oh, okay. So I hadn't played the beta. So basically, I guess you're the only one. So what's your impressions about Doom? And did you beat it yet?
Yeah, I beat the campaign this morning. I got it on launch and has been playing it since. It's really good. Like, there's a lot of throwbacks to the old Doom games, which is great. Obviously, it's modernized now, 1080p, 60 frames. It's gorgeous. It runs smooth. It feels like a lot was taken from Halo. Like, a lot of it feels like Halo, and that's not a bad thing. Like, you're gonna copy someone, copy the best, and it feels like Halo. So I was like, felt right at home playing that game. The shooting is fast, the jumping's cool, all that stuff. The only kind of weak points is some parts are a little too old-fashioned. Like, there's no mini-map. There's just like this little diamond at the top that kind of navigates where you should be going, but there's no actual map on screen, which I don't like that. But other than that, like, the game is just so awesome. Like, it's so gruesome. Like, the killing animations are just amazing, and when you finally get the BFG gun, is like the most satisfying thing ever. There's a couple boss fights later in the game which are amazing. There's some puzzles you need to solve to progress through the game. It's pretty good. The story's kind of whatever, but it's Doom, so who cares? But overall, I had a blast with it. Like, the only thing is the no mini map, and you kind of get lost in that game here and there. But other than that, it's a fantastic game. They did a really good job with it. And the music, oh my God, the music is so good. It gets you so pumped.
It fits along with the game.
Yeah, it goes really well with the game. There's a lot of different variety of demons, a lot of weapons. So just overall, very, very, very good game. It's better than I had really high hopes from it since we saw the trailer last year, and yeah, as far as the single player is concerned, it lived up to all my expectations. But I don't like the multiplayer, so.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah. I was hoping we was gonna play some multiplayer one day, but I ain't tried it yet, so
I'm not feeling the multiplayer, but the campaign's really fun.
Okay. Well, majority of the time, I'm just a single player, single campaign, only type of game. That's just how I am. But the multiplayer it's an extra. It's an extra content. They didn't have to put it in there just like. But there's the thing. I was hoping they would add multiplayer in Wolfenstein: New World Order, in which that's one of the best games this generation. I love it. I don't know how many times I've mentioned that about that game. I love it. I'm a story guy. If it's a great story, great gameplay, that's a day one buy for me, man. So I feel that Wolfenstein was under the radar game, was underrated. I think it's so okay, maybe a couple million. So it could have done a lot better. But it's just Bethesda overall with the quality of their games. It's great, man. This generation they hadn't failed me. The only thing I can give to Bethesda that they need to work on is that the shitty gameplay on Fallout 4. The game is great, but the game runs like shit, man.
And all the bugs and frame rate
Yeah,
problems.
so many. I know it's a big open world game. Yeah, I kind of understand. When you have big open world games, you go into you can't never have a perfect game, especially if the game met that huge. But shit, that game ran like shit, man. So that's part of why I hadn't finished it. I still got it, but one of these days,
People
What you
always
get it
give
for?
Fallout a pass, but I don't, because like Xenoblade's even bigger, and it doesn't run like shit like Fallout, so it's unacceptable.
well, you got to remember, Xenoblade is more, it doesn't have as much, stuff than Fallout 4. Fallout 5.
It doesn't matter. It's running on much more powerful hardware.
Yeah. I don't know. That's the only flack I can give to Bethesda was Fallout 4. Even though Fallout 4 is the best-selling game this generation,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
overall, honestly, I'm gonna say Wolfenstein: The Evil Within and Doom is my favorite this generation. They brought it. They brought it. I'm a big fan of their work, man. Fallout 4 is a good game, but maybe they should have spent maybe an extra couple of months or maybe 6 months to fix that game. But of course, they had to get it out, and of course, they made their money, so they don't give a fuck. But anybody, I guess nobody else didn't play Doom. Anybody played the beta? I guess it was just me and Alex.
Well, I did play the beta, so if you want multiplayer impressions based on the beta build of the game, I can give you that.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's smooth, it's fast, it's frenetic. It is arena multiplayer the way you remember it. If you are around when Unreal Tournament ran the show, then this is the Unreal Tournament of the modern age. Of course, they took certain, and that's good. They took certain liberties with the formula to modernize it a little bit. But outside of the things that they actually did, it's great. You have your demon pickups. You have your various weapons. There's no in the way of old school shooters. There is no hide behind something and then because of your bullet sponge ability, you're gonna get health back. And things don't go your way, hide behind the nearest, quickest obstacle and heal. You need to go find your health. Let's see, what else? The weapons, they feel hefty. Though there are a few of them in the beta build, I want to be very clear about that I felt needed a little bit of tweaking. Like they could stand to have a bit more power. But outside of that, it was an excellent experience. As far as how it ran, how it performed, I didn't see any frame rate drops. I didn't see any texture pop-ins. No, resolution drops. None of that. None of that. So for a Bethesda game, that's impressive. Because if you know Bethesda, you play Bethesda games, then you know that flawless performance is not on their curriculum vitae. So it is not there. They deliver great experiences, but at the expense sometimes of flawless performance from a performance perspective. But the multiplayer is really good. It really was good. As usual in any typical multiplayer game, you can be as good as you want to be, but if you're playing team deathmatch or any other mode that requires you to work in some way, in some capacity with people, it's people that ruin the experience. So you can build whatever game you want, man. It could be the most perfect game. It could get 20 out of 10 when the reviews come out. But even if the multiplayer runs perfectly from a technical standpoint, but if the people who play it don't understand what they're playing or they just plain suck, it will diminish your experience. So that's really, you can't really do anything about that. But I didn't really have any problems with the beta experience, and I assume that it's just as good, if not better, in the final game, because they will have made those tweaks, plus others that I didn't mention, in the final version of the game. When I get it, which will be soon, maybe within the month, depending on what games I'm playing, and because I'm kind of over that whole thing of just buying games and having them sit there. The backlog has to die, and I'm intending on killing it this year. So, yep, the backlog has to die, dude. It's a monster. So, I'll get it definitely sometime soon. At which point, if you guys still have your copies, I suppose we get some multiplayer in. If not, then we can at least speak on an equal playing field when it comes to the campaign. That's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you ain't lying about that backlog games. I have a shitload of backlog games. I'm still playing Sniper V3.
That's a good
what
game.
else?
I got
Oh
that
yeah,
one.
yes, it is good. I like it, man. I like it. I'm playing.
It's hard
I'm,
too.
oh yeah, it is hard. I'm still playing Sleeping Dogs in Witcher 3. I got a
That's a
lot
very
of
good game.
games to play, so that's why I don't buy a lot of my games brand new because I have so many games to play. So what's the point in paying $60 just for the game to sit? I might as well just go finish my backlog games and these new games that come out. I can just wait maybe a few weeks after it's out, and maybe get a discount. So
I
yeah,
got
man,
Ratchet and Clank yesterday. It came out last month, and I already saved $20 on it.
there you go. That's why patient gamers, man, they get rewarded. They get rewarded for being patient. So I guess that's about everybody. But is there any questions in the chat before we end this podcast? I think there was a few questions, and let me go through it.
There are a few.
What if the NX is more powerful than the Neo, but third parties still don't support it? Then whose fault would it be then? Anybody want to take that?
Well, I kind of did answer you in the chat there.
I think it's coming from Pirate Way. Yeah, Pirate Way.
Way, yeah, but I guess at that point it will be truly a conspiracy. Yeah. Honestly speaking, I guess at that point it will be a conspiracy. But honestly speaking, though, it really boils down to one thing: does it make business sense, and are they making their money back from their investment? You can have the best game, the best system, and the games could run the best and all of that. But if the audience doesn't come and they don't buy the game, then what point does it make? It doesn't make sense. So I suppose it really boils down to that. If people buy the games from the third parties and it is supported, then that fixes the problem, and there will be no problem. But if it doesn't happen, then we're in for a repeat of history. That's the way I see it, at least.
Okay. We got another question, I guess, from Pirate Way. He basically said, "Why is Microsoft making us wait till October to get a new exclusive?" Well, I guess with October, you got remember that's like around the holidays, so that's when a lot of games come out. Just like how Halo came out during October, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I think it was October, Halo 5. So that was a very heavy hitter, and you got to remember that's close to the holidays. So basically, whenever the holidays approach, of course, this game had already been out for a few weeks, so of course they're gonna bundle for the, they're gonna bundle, just in time for the holidays. So, every time you got one of your big heavy hitter games, you always have to bring it out close to the holidays because that's like one of the most popular games you want to sell really well, especially during Black Friday. So, it sucks that we don't get as many exclusives during the beginning and mid-year. For Microsoft and Sony, that's
Sony's been bringing out a lot of exclusives in the first half of the year. It's only
well,
Microsoft
no,
that does this.
well, I talking about overall, but Sony they actually starting to bring it. They are bringing it this year. They were sparks last year, and this year they are bringing it. So I can't get that.
It's funny. They always do that. They start off
Sony always
really
does that. They did
slow,
that
and
last
then
year,
towards
too.
the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
They do it reverse. Sony takes it the first half of the year. Microsoft takes it the second half.
They're like the Reggie Gigas of gaming. They're cursed with slow start.
Yeah. So I guess right now it's just I guess the Xbox is maybe a multi-plat machine right now because we ain't got no exclusives right now. I thought what was that game? Damn, that game's supposed to be coming out pretty soon. Crackdown 3.
The multiplayer is, yeah.
Oh, there's just the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we got to wait till October to get that true exclusive. So, yeah, I guess you can say Microsoft is pretty sparse right now.
I'll answer both of his questions. First, that NX thing. So what if the NX is more powerful than the Neo and third parties still don't support it? Whose fault is it? It's still Nintendo's fault. As at the end of the day, you're the one with the platform. It always comes back to you to make sure you have all the support on the console that you can get. And if they're not getting it, the fault is on them for not making it accessible to these guys. Let's say the NX is more powerful, but they do that crazy-ass nonsense of making a custom custom chip, and these guys don't want to put the extra effort in because Nintendo-only guys don't buy third-party games, and then they don't make their money back. They're going to leave again. And that's going to end up being Nintendo's fault. That's not their fault. If they're not making their money back, why would they stay?
it's Nintendo's fault for not marketing to their consumers to tell them, hey, look, man, we more than just Nintendo. We want you to buy third parties. You know,
The culture behind Nintendo console is you buy it just for Nintendo games. Nintendo has to change that problem.
Yeah, they need to change that mindset. You know,
Yeah.
we don't just buy Nintendo systems just to play Nintendo games. We do, but we play everything, man.
We do now because the Xbox and Sony will do it better anyways. But like they need to change that.
Yeah, they do need to change that. They got to change. They need to change their marketing. That's their issue, man.
Because these guys are not going to believe third parties. They have to hear it from Nintendo directly.
And what kills me is they used to market it so well back in the 90s. Like, you would get Nintendo Power, and they would talk about games like Contra.
Exactly.
And they would have, like, their own original comic book stories, which was really cool, and it would hype you up for the game.
Yeah. It's like, if Nintendo isn't going to promote these guys and say, hey, you should buy these guys' games, they're not going to touch it. And that's the problem, and they have to solve that problem. And then the other thing, why Microsoft is making us wait till October to get new exclusives, this is fucked up. It's May, and all we've gotten is Quantum Break. Phil Spencer told us in 2016 he has so many exclusives that he's pushing some back to 2017. We're halfway through the year almost, Mr. Spencer, and we've had one exclusive. You're telling me you had at least 12 exclusives, and you're pushing them all into the last 3 months of the year? That's fucking crazy. He needs to fix this.
It is
ridiculous.
I know Scalebound got pushed back, and
Scalebound 2017, Cuphead. That's more of an indie game, but still an exclusive. And then we have Crackdown, and Halo Wars 2, and Gears 4. Gears 4 will obviously be the holiday title, but they need to fix this. You can't put all your games in 1 quarter of the year, because you also get the Call of Duties and the Battlefields and all these other high-profile games, and they're all competing with each other. And then from fucking January to October, it's dry as far as exclusives go. They need to fix this. They need to solve this. And I watched a video from Kid Smooth. He's an Xbox guy. I don't know if you guys have seen him, but he was talking about this, and I never really thought of it this way. But he's like, I don't really notice it, but because you have all these third-party games. But it's true. Like, Microsoft does a really shitty job in the first half of the year when it comes to their exclusives, and they need to solve this, because the second half is pretty good, closer to August time. But like, it's as far as exclusives go, they do a really, really poor job in the beginning. And weirdly, Sony does a great job. They brought out Uncharted, and they brought out Ratchet and Clank, and they brought out Street Fighter. That was all within like 3 months of each other. So
and that baseball game.
And that so that's four exclusives within like 3 months, and that's in the first half of the year. That's awesome.
That is awesome, man.
And even the Wii U, like when you have less exclusives than the Wii U does.
I don't even remember having an exclusive the first half of the year last year. I don't remember, because I remember the games that I bought last year was, of course, The Witcher 3, Resident Evil Revelations 2, Battlefield Hardline.
The first one last year was Rare Replay.
And
that was like,
I'm not sure if you want to. Actually, they came out during August, I believe.
There was one more
Scream
before.
Ride,
But no one cared about that. So
yeah. Because other than that, it was Rare Replay, and then Gears Ultimate, and then Halo.
It's a problem that typically happens with Microsoft, and I think when Phil is truthful to the last degree. I don't think he does a whole lot of that corporate lying thing, even when it would benefit him to do that. But I think when he said this last year, we still had Scalebound at some point this year. We still, had all of Crackdown. I just think that he just got lambasted, essentially, with delays from the studios. And
we just lost Fable.
And we just lost Fable, because Fable was supposed to be, right.
We might lose Gigantic.
And that might go to. And all of those games were part of the greatest games lineup in Xbox history, right? It was supposed to be from the back end of 2015 all the way through 2016. It was essentially supposed to be exclusive game after game after game on Xbox. And I think they all had it planned out, but then things began happening, delays started taking place, and he started adopting the old Miyamoto quote. Started delaying the games instead of bringing them out as they were to ensure that they were quality games, which doesn't fix the problem, but...
And even with last year, one of the best exclusives they had, or at least timed, was Rise of the Tomb Raider. And then they fucked us with it by putting it the same day as Fallout. And
Yeah,
like, obviously 99% of people chose Fallout because that game did terrible. Like if they had brought out Rise of the Tomb Raider in June or July, where it had more breathing room, it would have been fine because all they would have had to compete with was Batman.
That
was bad marketing on market side.
that release date was purely Square Enix.
That was Square Enix putting the big fuck you up.
Essentially, because if you think back, when there was this whole confusion about whether or not it was a timed exclusive or an actual permanent exclusive, Phil wouldn't say anything. And then Square kind of came on and said, yeah, it's coming to PS4. And then Phil had to come out and say, yeah, it's going to PS4, and he had to do the whole thing. That was Square. That was honestly Square taking Microsoft's money to make it timed exclusive and then kind of, for lack of a better term.
I hope they never do that shit again with these dudes. They can't trust them. What a waste of money that was.
It really was. Because then that created the dynamic. The release day, just about everybody went for Fallout. I went for Fallout.
I said this before. I was in line, 50 people at the midnight launch for Fallout and Tomb Raider. I was the only guy in line that bought Tomb Raider.
I'm not gonna lie. I was impressed with Fallout 4. Like, I've never played Fallout before, so it was my first Fallout game, and it was really good. Then, like, for all the frame rate issues, somebody on PC made like a program to fix it, and it looks amazing in 4K. Not as good as The Witcher, but really, really good. I gotta say, I enjoyed Fallout way more than I thought. Because I bought the game like I wanted to see what the hype is. I didn't think I was gonna like it too much, but I really liked it.
Yep, like I said, man. There's a meme out there. I showed it to Alex back then. The look on your face when someone says they're getting Rise of the Tomb Raider instead of Fallout, and it's this guy kind of going, huh? You know, it's like, what? I was like, what do you mean? Right? So, honestly speaking, the day was messed up, and that was Square Enix's fault. And then the whole revealing it's coming to PS4 was also Square Enix's fault. And they created this dynamic that people got Rise of the Tomb Raider on sale or later on, or straight up waited and said, you know what, I'll get the PS4 version when it comes, holiday 2016.
And you know they're going to include all the DLC for free on that one.
Exactly. Whereas you and me, we had to buy the Season Pass or the DLC.
Yeah, awesome game. I got Rise of the Tomb Raider at launch. It's still, I think, top 3 for me games this generation.
It is an amazing game. It really is good. I like it. I'm not even saying that Definitive Edition, well, the first Tomb Raider, reboot Tomb Raider, is a bad game. I'm not saying it's a bad game, but I'm just saying that Rise of the Tomb Raider, night and day.
Yeah, when it comes to how good it's on the original one.
They both was good games. I think Rise of the Tomb Raider was a great game. It got snubbed for Game of the Year. It should have won Game of the Year. That's just my opinion.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So that was Square, man. That was Square. And with Microsoft, honestly speaking, and if Chris were here, he'd say the same thing. That's G-Rock, 1021U. He would say the same thing, man. Phil needs to stop with the nice guy act and start getting a little savage.
Yeah.
I understand from his perspective that he views things as a gamer first, and he would not want to take things away from gamers who want to play where they want to play, when they want to play. But you also have to understand, Phil, that you are the head of the Xbox division. And it is your job, your duty, ahead of your philosophy, to provide for Xbox in a way that profits Xbox. And if being a nice guy gets in the way of that, then you need to drop that act for at least the interim while you get things fixed. And so, you know, you need to start taking games away from people again, like your predecessor did, Don Matrick. Not that I'm going to go all crap gamer and say we want him back, because we don't. I'm just saying, take the correct pages out of his book and apply it to what you already have, and I think you have a winning formula.
Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and get back to these questions, because they are filling in. This came from King Gamer Arthur. He said, "Did you guys hear about Marvel vs. Capcom 4?" No, I did not.
I didn't.
No.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of scared too. I'm one of the few people that hated Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I felt that
Same here.
2 was a lot better because it had a more of a cast. It was faster frame rate. Like 3 moving very slow to me. And I understand that by making a game 3D, it's going to be slower action. But I think that just ruined the feel of it, because the fun of a fighting game is to be really fast and high action.
Yep.
No, trust me, 3 was fast. No, it was fast. The problem with it was being able to pick people up while they're on the ground, basically waiting to be woken up, and that was the problem. Was mostly just the mechanics of the game, and that's why MVC2 is looked on as the best, sometimes even the original. But mostly that's why a lot of people don't play MVC3, is because of the garbage mechanics and the way that you can literally do an infant combo. Yeah, people say, oh, but you actually have to, do all the inputs and stuff, so it actually takes some skill or whatever. I'm like, yeah, but if I need to really just put all that in, then, I win the game. That's bad. I can't just go in, because honestly, the people that they would usually choose would be like people like Doom, Phoenix, freaking Virgil, Dante, especially Virgil and Dante, and also Wesker here and there. It's like there's a lot of and Zero. There's a lot of characters in there that you can just keep going infant combos, and that was just a problem with the game. With this one, they just gotta make it to where, okay, I can't pick up people from the ground. They gotta come up with some kind of burst system to where, like, all right, if I'm in a continuous combo, I should be able to burst out of it. It's just like there's like this little meter that would fill up every single time you be getting hit, and then you can just use that to just like burst out, so that way that combo just stops. You just like block them out. So that's really just what they need to fix, not the whole like 2D to 3D, because that's why I like Guilty Gear a lot, because it looks 2D, but it is 3D. It's just the art style. But the same way with this is just when it goes to 3D, trust me, MVC3 is fast. It's really fast. But you just have to get all those inputs in to get the infant combo. But yeah, all they got to do is just fix up the mechanics. That's basically about it. And I'll be back for MVC4 if they ever make it.
I mean, because I really missed the lineup too, like having Juggernaut and stuff. Like, Juggernaut as an assist type was so much fun.
Oh yeah.
But it's just honestly with this one, if Disney is gonna just let it be that way, and Capcom will finally do another one, I would not mind, but they have to understand that that Capcom has to kind of fix their image because of Street Fighter V. Because Street Fighter V is kind of lackluster, there's really not enough game in it. And also some of the mechanics are kind of broken. So that's just what they have to do with MVC3, is just to fix it up. Don't be MVC3, please. Be like something like MVC2, but just make it better. It's just something like that.
Bring back more characters, a lot more.
Yeah, and please bring back a lot of characters. Please don't make the Capcom side a bunch of Street Fighter characters. We understand that Street Fighter is a fighting game or whatever, but come on, there's a lot of characters from Mega Man. There's a lot of characters from bring
Darkstalkers. They could have brought back BB Hood.
You guys brought in the Servbot as a character in MVC2. Bring in, I don't care, those little cats from Monster Hunter. I don't care, do that, because come on. Honestly, Marvel vs. Capcom is like a funny game. You got people playing it with Rocket Raccoon and stuff like that. So, stuff like that is tolerable in this game.
And isn't that Tamagotchi thing a Capcom character? The one from PlayStation All Stars, that Tamagotchi cat thing. Wasn't that like a Capcom game?
I think. I'm not sure.
They could even put that guy in.
But yeah, and this time don't put Mega Man or X. Don't put Zero. It's called Mega Man, not Zero. It's called Mega Man. Okay, I don't know why they did that for MVC3.
I'd honestly even be cool with Battle Network Mega Man.
I'll be cool if they just make the damn remaster of Marvel vs. Capcom too. I'll be happy.
Capcom, if you're listening, which I think you're not, even if you don't put in Mega Man, at least put base. And it gotta be Battle Network base. Give them the aura, shield, and let them hover and float, kind of like Magneto does. That would be cool.
Yeah, but that's all it is.
Yeah, we still gotta get a couple more questions. We got probably at the end of this. We didn't forget you, G King of Heart. He said, do you think Nintendo will have trailers for other games this E3? They had Paper Mario 10 trailer, but was not part of Nintendo Direct or Treehouse. What do y'all guys think?
Yes, they will. Only day one of the Treehouse is dedicated to Zelda. There's still day 2 and 3. So I have to believe that they'll be talking about the other games that they have coming that, we know about, and they're just gonna do that. I don't really think we'd be getting many trailers about things that we don't know about, because then that'll be stepping into NX territory, and we all know what's going on there. So yeah, I think they will.
Okay, is there any more questions in the chat?
The rest of us get answered too.
Sure.
We'll see the stuff that we know about. I don't think there'll be anything new, but we'll see Federation Force, we'll see Kirby Robobots, we'll see Mario Color Splash, and we'll see maybe Tokyo Mirage. I can't remember if that comes out before E3 or not. But I don't expect any new games to be shown for the Wii U. Like, I don't think so, man. Like, what's left is what we know about, and then we just gotta wait for the NX. That's it.
Oh, okay. I've got another question. What is the chances Mega is going to jail?
Very high.
Oh, really?
Oh, he remembers that. Oh, shit.
Really?
What's up, Dave J, man? All right, anybody else? Alex, what's that you just posted up? Maybe we could talk about that before we end it. What's that you just posted?
It's an interview Kimishima had, and he gave a little insight on the Nintendo NX.
Ooh, let me check that out real quick.
It must just be.
I could read it through. It's not really all that long. So I don't know who interviewed him. It doesn't say here. But it says, what are your thoughts on the next generation console NX? Kimishima said, it's something very new. The hardware, the software lineup, all of it is something I'd like to play for the first time myself. And they talk about why is it coming out in 2017, blah, 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 blah. Is this a response to criticisms that the Wii U stalled out due to a lack of games? And he said that was a learning experience for us. That's very good to hear. However, it's also true that we were struggling with the exchange rate at the time. Sony's Japanese too, so I don't really believe that. But okay. Given the NX will be released in March, won't that cause people to stop buying the Wii U this year? And he responded with, our business is a lively one, of course. If you compare the Wii U to the Wii, you understand that situation. When the NX released, the Wii U business will be slow, but the 3DS has Pokemon coming this autumn, and that's such a big hit that I can imagine the NX will have a negative impact on the 3DS. Okay. It seems more to me that the NX will have an effect on the Wii U due to the fact that both will be consoles. That's a question the guy asked, and his response is, I suppose that can be seen that way. However, the NX is neither the successor to the Wii U nor the 3DS. It is a new way of playing games, which I think will have a larger impact than the Wii U. But I don't feel that it's a replacement for the Wii U. And that's kind of it.
That worries me.
That's a little worrying, yeah.
What are you saying? Okay, so it's
like a supplementary device.
I'm gonna be so pissed off if all this talk, it was just a Wii Fit box. I mean it because there's no other way. I mean, if it's not a successor to your previous console, like every other console was, no matter what the name was, then what the frick is this?
This really makes all the rumors that said that it's going to be underpowered sound true. And it's funny because I thought the negative ones would be true and the really positive ones were fake. But
there's also the off chance that it could just be like a Nintendo streaming box. Like, what is the Apple box called?
I don't even remember because it was that irrelevant.
Something like that, or like Chromecast, some sort of nonsense like that, where it's just a streaming device, and then you have access to a library of their games. It could always be something like that. We don't really know because that'd be a new.
The Apple thing was called Apple TV. I remember.
Apple TV, that's what it's called.
I can't believe I forgot that. I reported that one on my channel.
Maybe it's something like that. Maybe it's maybe it's a console. I don't know why he would say it's not a replacement for the Wii U, but that's.
I think that's his
kinda-
nice way of saying that it's not going to be that much stronger. So don't put your hopes up on it.
Hmm.
I feel like if that's what he said, is like, oh, you know, Wii was a failure. Don't get me wrong, but
Let's start
Yeah.
asking the real questions, the ones that the audience really want to know. Like, when the NX fails, now that Iwata's dead, is Reggie the one that's going to come out and say, please understand? I'm just asking.
Oh wow.
Wow.
I shouldn't be
That was
laughing
out
at
of
that.
left field. I don't know what to say about that.
I shouldn't be laughing at that, but damn.
It's fucked up.
I don't think
So
that
basically,
would be a good guy to say, please
what Kikuchima is
understand.
basically saying that it's going to be totally new. You know how the Wii U
New
the Wii
concept, new
Square,
experience.
So basically, what they're saying is it's going to be a new experience until, like, basically the Wii U still can be running for the next few years. The server's still going to be up while the other NX is doing their own thing. I don't know, man. That's kind of hard to believe because y'all know how Nintendo operates, man. As soon as their next generation
Usually when
console
the
is
next
out,
one's out, they kill off the other one.
You know,
it's kind of
that-
hard to believe that.
That
But
does tie in with.
you never know the way they're operating their shit right now. They how they abandon the Wii U consumers. Maybe they might give them a couple extra years. Just ride the Wii U out. Just let them get that 5-year cycle with their online and all that. Of course, people, the Splatoon people that want to of course they want to play Splatoon for the next couple of years, 2 to 3 more years before they shut the online down. Because remember, Splatoon only came out last year. So if they want to, so if the X comes out in March and they completely just shut down the service on the Wii U, that's a big middle finger to these Splatoon consumers because that's one of their most successful games this generation. So I don't know, man.
No, I see that tying in with one of the other previous rumors. If that's really where they're going with it, it means that for one, it confirms all of these ports, right?
Yeah.
All of these ports going over, and the ones that do have online, you're going to be able to play with the Wii U crowd because they're going to have shared servers. It ties in perfectly with that, actually.
So
I'm not
in
sure
that
what I
case,
think of that.
Splatoon, if it's going to be a port, then obviously it's going to be another touchpad, a gamepad, some sort on the NX because you kind of need the gamepad for Splatoon.
That is true, but we already know there's going to be a screen of some sort on there. So, you know what it is with that one.
Yeah, Nintendo can't help themselves. They gotta have something that stands for innovation that no one wants.
They just want to be different from Microsoft and Sony. That's all they want to do.
Yeah.
It's like I understand why they want to be different because Marketing 101 says to be slightly different, but they're not slightly different. They're out there.
That's the thing, like, I get that they don't want to be the same as Microsoft and Sony, but you have to, like, understand that this is what people like.
I
And
mean,
when you're so different, like, so left field, you alienate so many people, and they, like, just look at the Wii U, man, like, it's so, like, shit. It's a good console, but, like, god damn. It's like nobody wanted to fuck with it, because it had that big-ass ugly controller.
exactly.
And
They should have just
barely
followed
do online.
the GameCube's example. I mean, one thing personally that I think makes Nintendo different from Sony and Microsoft is that they have a lot more games that have more colors and not just a bunch of brown. I mean, I thought that
They
was
could always
different.
play up to that and be like, play on Nintendo where you can actually see the colors of the rainbow or some shit.
Exactly. Like that's all you need. They don't need all this extra stuff. They got colors.
Damn.
Play Nintendo, we have more than gray and brown.
Damn. That's crazy, man. I guess I don't really see any more questions in the chat, but I guess we're about to end it here unless anybody want to do some, have some closing thoughts before we end this podcast.
No, that's just about it.
I got
Here's another interesting question in here from GU King of Heart. Do you think Nintendo will also make an attachment device for the Wii U to extend its life?
There was a patent about something like that not so long ago.
Like, there's still that thing, that plug-in on the bottom of the gamepad that, as far as I know, they never really used.
That was supposed to be for the zapper attachment that never released.
Oh, that's
Oh
what
no,
it's
they were
for.
gonna make another gun.
Yeah, they were. You
Man, that
don't
would have
remember?
been dope for fucking Call of Duty.
Yeah, don't you remember the Wii U?
And then the gamepad would be the aimer, right?
Yeah, the first
Yeah,
reveal
I remember
video for
that. That was
Ride.
cool.
Yeah, it was the gamepad was on the thing. It was like a scope, and you would kind of
That would
see
have been
what you were
so
pointing at.
cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Wii U was extremely cool when it was revealed. It's
Yeah.
just that as time went on, more than 60% of the promises made then didn't actually materialize. So, you know, some really cool ideas that they could pick up and they could carry forward. Maybe. I'm not saying I personally want that, but I see them doing it. So we couldn't do it then, but now we can possibly do it now, and so on and so on.
Oh, okay, okay. I guess that's about wraps it up for this podcast. Yeah, I guess that's it. I guess I want to thank every one of y'all that's in this chat. Thanks for the continued support, and we're going to be doing this again next Sunday. I'm not sure on whose channel. Zen?
It'll either be near the video game her or mine. But since she hasn't exactly accepted yet, we don't exactly know. If not, the default will fall back and the cycle will renew itself with it being on my channel.
Okay, okay. So most likely it's probably going to be on Zen Gaming's channel, and I guess the people that was here today, I would really appreciate if y'all would go on their channel, support them. This coming up, I guess next Sunday's Reboot podcast. We had a good show today. I didn't want to go too long because, of course, I just had my podcast a few days ago. But, it's been my most watched Reboot cast on this channel. I would love to get the viewers from my other podcasts that I normally do on Thursday. But it's like I said, we're growing as a unit, growing as a team. And like I say, if you are in the chat, whoever's watching, I'm going to put everybody's channels in the link in the description below. Subscribe to these guys and subscribe to our Google Plus group, Reboot Gaming, so y'all can see what's going on with us because we post stuff every day.
And Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook. Facebook, Google Plus. We put articles in there. We post our videos and all that in there. So you're going to be updated just by every hour because we always put some on either Facebook or Google Plus, and just by 4 or 5 days out of the week we're busy doing podcasts, we're streaming video games or whatever. We're busy. So like I say, if you're in the chat or if you're watching right now, as soon as this stream upload on my channel, like I say, subscribe to everybody and subscribe to our Google Plus. And I guess that's about wraps it up for this video. Let's go ahead and start with the outros. Let's go and start with you, Mr. Alex.
All right, what's going on, people? Active Sin here. This is another Reboot Gaming podcast, Reboot Gamecast. I always say that wrong, but yeah, it's a pretty good cast. Obviously, big stuff is the NX. I just want to see it. I want to hear about it. If we gotta wait till Tokyo Game Show, then so be it. But this whole thing about not replacing the Wii U, that has me worried.
Yeah, it got me worried too. All right, let's go. What's up, Gamer Nick? What the hell you been?
You've been off defending Nintendo. What do you think?
Oh, damn, Shot.
Damn.
What's up, problem solver? EF, what's up, man? I saw that you just now came. I really appreciate whenever this. If you wasn't here from the beginning, I would appreciate if you come back and rewatch the podcast. It was a good, especially our first subject. But let's go with you, Mr. Zen Gamer.
Alright, people, you already know what it is. Zen Gamer here, King of Logic. Check out Logic Gaming. More Road to E3 stuff coming next week. Should I say this week? So look forward to that. I can actually tell you what it's going to be. If we looked at the hypest moments, hypest being my personal word, by the way, if we look at the most hype moments of E3 of yesteryear, then we're going to look at the most cringeworthy ones this week. So, yeah, that's going to be fun. It's an updated list for those of you who already seen my previous list from a few years ago. Look forward to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like you were saying, look forward to the Road to E3. I would love to get y'all guys to go over there because every Friday we be on Zen Gamer's channel and we do Road to E3 podcast. And of course, like I said, we about busy every day. Sundays reboot team come together, do our weekly podcast. Every Thursday, y'all know what it is. Come to my channel. We just talk about whatever every Thursday. So basically, Oh yeah, don't forget Team Red every Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, we always having a podcast. So if you're part of the Reboot team or Reboot community, so you know what's going on. If you're not, subscribe to our Google Plus, subscribe to these people, to my buddies, in this podcast, man, because we're gonna keep you updated on what's going on. So I would love to see y'all in their on their channels. So let's go ahead and go with you, Omega.
All right. Well, it's been good. Hopefully everybody enjoyed. I got some stuff working on because I'm definitely preparing myself for Overwatch.
Oh yeah.
So that's going to be a good time. For this week, I'm going to be talking about a lot of different things with Overwatch, a lot of just topic discussions with it. And there's going to be a video soon, probably around tomorrow, that's just going to be a little update stuff that's going to be going on because it's been kind of slow. Mostly it's because of the copyright strike thing that I had, the claim that I had last year since May till December.
Holy.
So that's why it's kind of been slow, and I've kind of just lost that kind of that heat. So I'm trying to get that heat back, but guys, that video will be coming tomorrow, so that way you guys can know what's going to be going on. And please go ahead and follow on my Twitch page, because I am actually going to be dedicating more time there than on YouTube. YouTube's just so bad with copyright claims.
Yes,
I can't even live stream on here.
It's true.
So,
I got hit by 3 claims this week.
So I can't even live stream on here. So I'm gonna go to Twitch mostly, and you guys can follow me there. There you will see me do some. You can just chat with me, stuff like that. Because I'm gonna be there sometimes doing stuff on Photoshop, doing stuff, playing a game sometimes. I don't know, stuff like that. But you guys can just come in there and chat. But yeah, that's basically about it. My Twitch page, just is basically my name. It's basically the same thing as my YouTube. Just find it. So that's basically about it. See you guys.
Oh, okay. Last but not least, let's go ahead and go to our newest member of the Reboot team, and I'm going to give you another round of applause. All right, Mr.
YouTube?
Retro Bro.
What's up, YouTube? Retro Bro here. It's been a lot of fun tonight, and now that summer has come and the school semester has finally ended for me, I'll have time to play some more games and make some more videos. So I should have some more stuff up other than movie reviews in the following coming weeks.
Okay. Like I say, you won't regret this, Mr. Retro Bro, because you made the right decision. Because like I said, we are a chill group. We just chill. We talk about video games. We have fun. We cut up on each other, a lot. But we do all, we out in the spirit of fun, man. It's great, man. We back then we used to, do our own thing. We did some stuff that we wasn't proud of. So we basically came to our senses and we formed a reboot team. And it's like one of my best decisions. And I love it. I love the group. I love the chemistry that we got, amongst one another. And like I say, man, whoever's in the chat, says again, if you're not a part of the Reboot community, please subscribe to our community, our Google Plus community, and subscribe to our channels. The link will be in the description below. Subscribe to, not only me, subscribe to everybody that's in this podcast. I will have their channels in the link of the description below. And I guess after that, our podcast is, I guess before I close it, does anybody else want to say anything before I close it?
No, I think that's just about it.
Good.
Watch Civil War before it leaves theaters.
Yes, Civil War is excellent.
Watch Civil War. Watch Captain America Civil War, one of the best movies of all time. I love
Spider-Man's the shit. They finally got him right. I'm so happy.
But let's go and I'm gonna give us a hand clap, because we all had a great podcast.
I got one more thing to say. It's not racist, but it's just facts. Black Panther was so good, and Captain America Civil War made me proud to be black. Just saying.
I guess after that, our podcast is done, and I will catch y'all. You know what? Hey, like I said, I'm gonna say, catch Alex them. Alex, let the people know what y'all do.
What do I do? Do live streams. I'm in podcasts with you guys. Do news videos on Nintendo and Microsoft. Might be streaming some Sony stuff, but been having trouble. Like it's giving me issues with my Elgato. I don't know what's going on with that thing. So maybe if I can figure that out. But right now I just beat Last of Us and playing through Uncharted right now. So videos might be a little slow. I'm just trying to get through this backlog of PS4 stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, I was really talking about the Team Red stuff because basically.
Team Red, yeah, Team Red is Monday. Monday is Mario Kart 8 Madness. I personally won't be there, but I still will be giving out prizes. It'll be either on Coupon or Nia's channel. And on Wednesday we do our Team Red cast, which is all Nintendo news within that week. So that's always fun as well. Mostly rumors right now, but try to think of some other stuff.
All right. Okay. I guess after that, I guess we're finished, man. Like I said, I really appreciate y'all for coming out, supporting us. I got like the same group of guys coming, in that chat every week, man. I really appreciate y'all. I guess after that, I'll see y'all whenever y'all come back. Peace out.